Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's video break. Psalm 44 verse 4 says, "You are my king and my God who decrees victories for Jacob." I love the way David personalizes God. And I love the way the words that he gave him. Even though David was a king, he called God his king. And so when I look at that picture and I think, he reflected back on all the victories that he gave to Jacob. And Jacob went through some big battles. But one of the most remarkable words I think to call God his king is because it's that idea of that part of my imagination that kind of goes a little wild, because I think of, okay, if God's my king, then that means I'm a princess in his kingdom. That means, because I'm his child. And if I'm his child, I'm his heir. And if I'm his heir, I'm his princess, And so I belong to a royal priesthood is what they say. And so as a result of that thought, as a result of God being my king, that means I come into his sanctuary. I come into his presence, honoring his kingship, honoring his authority, honoring his rule, honoring his power, honoring everything about him, and I submit under him. When you see queens and kings sitting on their throne, all you see is the respect and honor that's due their name and people bowing before them, and there's such a sense of reverence and respect. And that I think sometimes God just gets kicked aside, that we've lost a little bit of that, that awesomeness of who he is. I don't know if there's any greater word that does it for me than knowing him as king, because king makes me bow and, and humble allegiance. And so every day, friends, we can come into his kingdom because we belong in his kingdom. We're, not my will be done, but his will be done, and his is the kingdom of God. And so we come into his king in his place, and we bow before him to get our daily assignment. But you're thinking, yep, I go to work, I take care of my kids, you've got your daily assignments all already in place. But no, this is a different place. This is the place where I'm saying in your heart that you're submitting your authority. If Martha could have got this, she wouldn't have been so critical of Mary's heart before God, because you can still be busy and having this place of knowing who's the king over your life, knowing whose authority you continually submit to. And so this is what David was saying. God, you've won so many victories. Win the victory in my life. You are my king. Just stay in that moment recognizing God is your king. There's no greater place, I think, than to say, God, this is your world and I'm living in it. Not, this is my world and you're living in it. No, I'm coming into your space and all of this is yours. And so as a result of that, I submit myself under your allegiance as my king. Now, as your child, Lord, direct my steps as your princess, as your prince. Direct my steps. Show me inside your kingdom, where my footsteps are to be this day. Imagine that with me, because it's more than imagine, it's the truth of the authority over our lives. Be blessed, my friend.